This is a diagram that AYSO National likes to show that conceptually shows the AYSO team. And it's a pyramid, as you can see. And within the pyramid, of course, are the most important part, which is the kids playing soccer. Okay. And the other three lines outside the pyramid are meant to show that the referees, the parents, and the coaches are all there to support the kids. The parents are not there to support other parents, or the coaches are not there to support the parents. All the adults involved are there to support the kids and to make sure it's a positive and instructional and encouraging situation for the kids to learn how to play soccer. So, how do we work together as a team to make the AYSO team work successfully? Well, here's some ways right here. One is to work together, and this is how the adults should work, and the kids as well. Everybody needs to work together, help each other. Okay, if somebody has an issue, help them out, take ownership of it, and help out somebody that needs some help. Third, protect each other. And this is from outside influences or inside influences. Be protective of the kids, particularly we adults. We need to protect our kids as they're playing soccer and enjoying being in a team sport together. And the last thing is to do our best. Try as hard as you can. Not everybody has different abilities, and so do the best you can, and try to make sure that the AYSO team is a successful concept, and we all are good with the kids. So let's talk about soccer and the way soccer was started back in history. As you probably know, soccer is known as football in pretty much every other country outside the United States. The first organized game was called calcio. It was played by the Romans, and in Italy, to this day, soccer is called calcio. It was very brutal back then, as you might imagine, among those Romans, but it was a lot of fun. And it still is today. It's a great game. It's just so much fun to be out there playing. And as a referee, it really is a lot of fun to be out there on the field and helping these kids play soccer. So, the modern game of soccer, as we know it today, was really started back in 1863 when the laws of the game were established at a London pub, which I believe was called Freemasons Tavern. Uh, and there was a meeting amongst the private schools there, which I guess they call public schools. The two factions split. So one was rugby, which, as you probably know, allows the use of the hand. The hands do touch the ball. And every other public school in England at the time said, okay, we're going to play soccer by the rules, which are it's feet only and legs, and the hands and arms cannot touch the ball. And that really was the genesis of the modern game. So it's really important not to touch the ball with your hands. In fact, back then it was like a penalty of expulsion from the league. Now it's just a red or a foul or a red card. As some of you may know, the governing body in the world for soccer, football, is called FIFA, which is an acronym, stands for Federation International de Football Association. And they are headquartered in Zurich, Switzerland. And they meet periodically and especially once a year to talk about rules. Then a subsidiary of FIFA here in the United States is United States Soccer Federation. And AYSO is a subsidiary of USSF. So the rules flow from FIFA, which establishes the laws of the game, which we'll get into later, down to USSF, which establishes laws that are specific to the United States, and then AYSO. So any other authority like CIF or NCAA has nothing to do with AYSO. It's FIFA and USSF. So as you can see, the laws of the game can be summarized in three simple words: safe, fair, and fun. Fair, safe, and fun, however you want to order them. But this is what the laws of the game, as well as the AYSO philosophies, are trying to accomplish. Fun for the kids. That's Obviously, very important. If a coach or a parent is not positive coaching, negative yelling or whatever, that's not fun for the kids, and that's not part of AYSO. Fair, that really goes to, for instance, the offside rule. Which we'll get into later, but if a player is offside, that's not fair. So offside is against the law of the game. Safe, that really goes to fouls. That's why fouls are outlawed. So, we don't want anybody to get hurt. So safe is real important for you. Okay, this is kind of the tricky part of refereeing, and how do you weigh when to blow the whistle versus when not to blow the whistle. The philosophy of refereeing is to try to keep the game flowing. It's not to try to nail these kids for every infraction that they commit. Uh, of course, you want to keep the game safe, fair, and fun, but at the same time, you want to keep the game flowing. So it's difficult and takes some experience, but you'll get it. All of you, once you get out there, will understand when to blow the whistle and when not to blow the whistle. The second paragraph here, constant whistling for trifling and doubtful breaches produces bad feelings and loss of temper. In other words, the kids get upset if you're constantly blowing the whistle for little stuff. Let them play. In general, you want to let the kids play, and really only the serious, egregious fouls deliberately done by the kids are what you should whistle for. Again, it's something that you're going to gain with experience over time. You'll learn what you feel is a good time to call a foul, and when not to call a foul, and when to keep the game moving versus when to stop the game. And it's safe, fair, and fun, again, is the overriding issues. For the younger kids' games, particularly in the U8s and younger, as the referee, you're the help, you're the friendly guide, you're not the policeman. In the older kids' games, starting at U10, you can still be the helper, but then you're a little bit more the policeman. You're never truly the policeman in AYSO until you get to the olders or the plus games, which is later on in your career. So if kids, for instance, don't correctly do the opening kickoff or any kickoff, let them do it again. Even on throw-ins, let them re-throw until they get it right. Make sure that they get both feet on the ground, ball over the head, make their throw-ins correctly. Give them another chance, particularly in the U8s. In the U10s, early in the season, you might want to let them retake some stuff, and then later on in the season, you might want to call it a little more tightly.